Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for joining me on the first Coffee with Angel of 2025. Sometimes this camera works, sometimes it doesn't, but we're here. And thank you guys for joining me. Let's see if we are connected over here on Instagram. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, beautiful, all of you. Hello, Yaya Roth, Nidella. Good morning, Laura Loving Nature, Mary Julep. Good morning, and Happy New Year, and welcome to the first Coffee with Angel of 2025. Good morning, Diana over on YouTube. Good morning. And I'm going to start off this morning with a true confession. When I started my YouTube channel last year, I was so nervous and had so much anxiety and had so much stress about it. And I struggled through it the first 6 months, still learning. And then when I thought of going live, I was just like, you haven't even gotten this YouTube thing down, and now you want to add another layer to it. But I just felt so strongly about wanting to connect with you guys on a more frequent basis. And so I just took that huge leap of faith. And let me just tell you guys, this has been above and beyond what I had hoped for when I started doing this in September. So I am so grateful. One, for you guys just joining me every Friday. I'm grateful for you engaging and sharing. Everything we talk about isn't sunshine and roses. Last week I shared that it had been a real struggle season for our family dealing with grief, and it still is. And you guys have been so encouraging and supportive. So I just needed to stop and start the year off by saying how incredibly grateful I am for this community. And true story, you guys remember last Friday was my birthday, and I told you it was going to be very low key with my family, which it was. We had a good time. And so I showed you this red mug that my sister bought me. It had joy on it. And I was like, I'm going to use this all year. Well, she came Friday with more cups because apparently she feels like my cup game is not up to par. So I am going to be sharing all the cups that I have 3, and she told me she's still buying cups. So this one is so beautiful. I hope you can see it. It's a lot of glare on the camera, but it says blessed in gold. And of course, pink is my favorite color. It's my power color, trimmed in gold. So I'm going to be having some fancy cups, y'all, thanks to my sweet sister, Charlene. So anyway, this is cup number 2. My other phone got messed up, so why is it under Andre Williams? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. No worries. Good morning, Tammy, Denise, Renee. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Oh, thank you, Sean. Good morning. Sean says she loves the cup my sister brought. I'm excited now. Now she's got my hopes up, right? So now I'm going to be looking for a cup every month. So anyway, this is today's cup. Thank you, Berna. I appreciate it. So, new year, new vibes, new energy. There's so much going on that we've been working on, and I can't wait to share. But in the meantime, I want to know, what are you most looking forward to in 2025, and what are you leaving behind? And in another moment of transparency, I'm going to tell you, I am leaving self-doubt behind. And that might sound very strange from someone who's an entrepreneur and took a huge leap of faith and started a company in an industry that she had never worked in. But I still have moments of anxiety and like, should I do this? Because I'm a perfectionist and like, I don't like to do things if I know they're not going to work out well. And so that's why starting the YouTube channel was such a stressor for me because I had never done it before and I didn't have any secrets or tips or tricks. I just had to lean in and learn and make a lot of bad videos. But fortunately, I have, friends and a relative who is a huge influencer and content creator. So I did have someone to mentor me along the way. So thank you, Jeronica Mycia. If y'all don't follow her on YouTube, I don't know what you're doing. Because the girls from New Orleans are always going to bring it. But anyway, I digress. So I want to know, what are you most looking forward to? And to make room for that, what are you leaving behind? But I'm going to type this in the chat. So while you're thinking about your answer and you're putting your answer in the chat, I'm going to type this in. What are you most looking forward to in 2025? And what are you leaving behind to make room? Okay. So, yes. So, self-doubt for things that I have no experience or expertise in, like you would think being an entrepreneur, which is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, would kind of equip me for that. But it just goes to show that like we all sometimes suffer from the same, I don't want to say suffer is not even the right word. We all, no matter, what successes we may have had in other areas, whenever we venture out into something new, it can still be scary. And sometimes it's hard to lean into, well, if I learned how to do this thing and I didn't know anything about it, I can certainly learn how to do this other thing. But, so I'm still learning that. Oh, okay. So thank you for sharing, Denise. I love you so much because I can always count on you to jump in these comments, and be transparent and share, because your sharing helps other people. So I'm gonna put your comment up, Denise. Denise says she is looking forward to learning to invest and she's leaving behind a poverty mindset. That is, that's a sermon all in of itself, because sometimes we can have a poverty mindset and it may not be about things. It could be a mindset of lack, and not just material things, but it could be emotional or physical. And that's not even the reality, but like it's our perception. So just breaking free sometimes of our own thoughts. So I think that is great. Oh, Renee is looking forward to moving to South Carolina and leaving New York City behind. New York is lovely. I love the energy, but you know what? I understand, like, because after about 2 weeks, I'm ready to come home. But what a fantastic life I'm sure you've had living in New York City. It reminds me a lot of New Orleans, in fact. It really does. So I love New York City. The food is amazing. I love the energy. And, I always say New Yorkers are not rude. They're just busy. So, if you need something from them, people are very helpful, but you got to come with it. That's my perception. Oh, Tammy, totally understand. More Christ-like, drawing closer to God. That's all about more love in your life. More love in your life. We're talking about over here on Instagram. Oh, great. Now I'm going to read y'all's because this platform doesn't let me post yours. So let's see. Nidella says she's looking forward to new opportunities and possibilities, leaving behind constant overthinking. Oh my Lord, girl, get out of my head. That, yes. Also, I have anxiety about traveling alone, trying to write. Yes, yes. Also, Yaya Roth, I'm leaving regrets, negativities, insecurities. Yes, I'm looking forward to new beginnings and opportunities that enhance my creativity to become successful in whatever I want to pursue. I love that. And I love the fact that, we're middle-aged women. And are y'all offended by that term? I'm just curious. Someone said they were, but I'm not. But anyway, I digress. I love the fact that at 50 plus, like we still have ambitions. We still have goals, dreams, some that we have not even some that haven't even materialized fully in our minds, but we know like there is something else that we want to do. And I love leaning into the creativity part. I love that so much. Another, my sister is so fabulous, but y'all can't have her because she's mine. Speaking of creativity, I had told her a few weeks ago that I had always wanted Lincoln Logs when I was a little girl, but the only people I saw in the commercials were boys. And so I never asked for it because I didn't think like my parents would buy it for me. Because, and that goes to show how, we're framed by what we see. And so this girl, I got to show y'all, I'm so excited. She found Lincoln Logs. Like she scoured the internet and found Lincoln Logs. When she gave this to me last week, I literally burst into tears. So Yaya Roth, if you feel like you want to do things creative, I know you have a creative seed in you. I know it. And I cannot wait to see how that materializes. It is never, ever too late. It is never, ever too late. But we have lived long enough. You have amassed an incredible tool set of skills, of responsibilities, of triumphs, of, mountaintop moments, valley moments. Like all of that is in this incredible toolkit that you've created, living 10 or 5 or more decades. And now is the time to take out all of those tools and create something new and fantastic that maybe you have been sitting on for years, or maybe something that literally just came to you. It really doesn't even matter, but you have the tools to do it all. I love it. I love it. I love it. Renee, you had Lincoln Logs when you were little. Oh my God. I don't know a single girl who had that. So one, kudos to you for even asking, because I was not brave enough to even ask. Because I felt like it was just like a juxtaposition between this girly girl, and thought my parents were going to be like, Lincoln Logs, no. But, closed mouths don't get fed. So I'm so excited that you had Lincoln Logs. Are you an engineer? Like, I'm not saying I would have been an engineer, but I do like the idea of the creativity. So did anybody else have Lincoln Logs? I was the only one out there scared to ask for them? Oh, okay. So I'm going to start sharing again. Andrea says she's going to be having a year of self-care again. She did it last year and she's continuing it and she's loving it and no regrets. I love that. That's right. Everything doesn't have to be a new thing. If you started something previously and it's working, sis, double down on it. So kudos to you, Andrea, and thank you for reminding me I have a coupon for a massage that I have not even used, and Lord knows I need it. Thank you for that. I love the sharing. What else you guys got? What are you most looking forward to in 2025, and what are you getting rid of to make room? Oh, okay. Thank you, Yaya, for saying no. She's not offended by being called middle age. And Sean says, absolutely. We have more to do and more to give. By the way, If you guys don't follow Sean Unleashed on Instagram, you should, because she's been doing some photo shoots, and baby, let me tell you, the dresses are fire, the poses are fire, the looks are fire. You will be inspired. Trust and believe. Go check out Sean Unleashed. Trust. That's all. She said, Angel, you better preach this morning, girl. Thank you. Oh, let's see, Berna. Okay, let's see. Berna says she's looking forward to embracing a full plant-based whole food diet, more self-care, more spirituality, leaving behind worry and things I have no control over. Sean, all y'all are preaching. I am not the only one. These are all some sermons here. Leaving behind things you have no control over. That is the truth. And I think as women, we spend our whole life not just managing our lives, managing other people's lives, and all the things, and often putting ourselves at the end of the to-do list. And I love the idea of just leave some things you just got to leave behind and let go. And as I was thinking about topics for things that you're going to leave behind in 2024 so you can embrace something new in 2025, one of the things that came up was decluttering, letting go of what's holding you back. And a lot of times when we think of decluttering, we think of physical things, but sometimes it can be people. Sometimes it can be practices that we, in fact, are doing that are holding us back. And so, and I actually did a poll on YouTube a few days ago, and I was surprised to learn that decluttering was one of people's top goals for 2025. And I have a sneaky suspicion that people are not just talking about things. They're talking about decluttering a lot of stuff, including some people. So we're going to move on from that. But I love the idea of, embracing more of, I just can't fix everything and everybody. That's just not your ministry. Another thing I'm going to leave behind is there are oftentimes I say, I like, this is as it relates to fashion. I love that look, but I don't think that would look good on me. Oh, I love hats, but I don't think they would look good on me. Like, there's this long list of items, clothing items and accessories that I have literally crossed off my list without even trying them on. And so I have decided I am going to be more adventurous, and a lot of the things that I say wouldn't look good on me, I'm going to at least try it. And I could be right, but I'll never know if I don't actually try it. So I am definitely looking to break out of my style rut and just experiment and just have fun. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, return. So that's another thing I'm looking to do, break out of my fashion rut. Moving forward with faith and leaving fear behind. Fear is an ongoing theme I see in a lot of your comments. And the thing is, oftentimes people try to make you feel bad about being fearful of something, but fear is a human emotion. Like, the thing is to do it in spite of your fear. That's what I've had to learn how to do. So it's not that, fear and anxiety, those are normal human emotions. It's just like, what do we need to do to, whether it's psych ourselves up or encourage ourselves or motivate ourselves to do it in spite of the fear? That's really what it is. It's the strength to move and work through it. But, there are things that I have done thousands of times, but each time I get ready to do it again, I still have those butterflies, you can call it whatever you want. It's just that that nervous energy, like that's a normal human emotion. I would be concerned if I didn't feel that, like before, say doing a pitch, or, talking to someone about Maison 276, or, or presenting the company to someone that's new. I always get those butterflies, and you can call them whatever you want, fear, anxiety, but it is moving through that. So it's okay to feel that, but don't be paralyzed by it, I think. So I love the fact that people are saying, like, I'm moving past my fear, I'm moving past anxiety, I'm moving, acknowledging it, but just like, yes, I'm moving past it. And I think once you get in your head, like exercise that muscle, like, okay, yes, I do have some fear and anxiety, but I'm pushing through it, then that's half the battle right there. Half the battle. Thank you guys. So yeah, Sean, do it scared. Honey, Lord knows if y'all knew the things that I've done scared. I'm just like, yes. Leaving my job at 57 to start a company. Yeah, of course that was scary. Like, yeah, absolutely. But I still did it scared. And some days it is still scary. So, but we push on. I love these. I love these comments. Thank you guys so much. This is great. These are great. We've got people talking about, moving past fear and doing things, moving past fear and, opening up some new goals and aspirations. Like, I love all of this. So please drop me a comment. If this is something you'd like to see, like a more detailed vlog on. A lot of the vlog, I can't talk because I've only had 2 sips of coffee. A lot of the vlog content that I create is a literal direct result of people saying, can you please do a vlog on this? For instance, the last one that I did was on my facial care system, which is super, super easy. 3 products, super fast. I like beauty products and beauty regimes that are simple, hence the Maison 276 3-step system for silver hair. Yeah, I don't want to have 20 products for literally anything. And so if you haven't checked that out, check that out over on Facebook. And let's see. I just love the Lincolns. And Berner, I'm going to put your comment back up because one of the things that you'll hear a lot of in January is veganary, where a lot of people will do, whether it's the Daniel fast or they'll do, dry January, no alcohol, veganary. I think that's what it's called and that is something that I typically do in January. And I am not a vegan or vegetarian, but what I found is that every time I do that, I keep something that I've learned and I just incorporate that into my regular diet. And so I've been doing that for like 5 years. And so over the last 5 years, I've created a much more plant-based diet because at the end of January, I always decide, oh, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm not going to go back to this. When I first did it, that's how I started using almond milk in my coffee because I was doing veganary, which I'm actually starting Monday, January 6th. And so I realized like, oh, I actually don't need cow's milk. And yeah, it's fine. And that little bit of cramping that I thought was just perfectly normal, that was actually a little bit of lactose intolerance that I just was not aware of and just, I don't know, I just ignored it. And then I realized using the almond milk, oh, so that's what that was. So I think that's the great thing about veganary is that you get to experiment with a lot of foods that you might normally not have and cook in ways that you might otherwise not have had you just not committed to doing that. So I'll be talking a little bit more about that on YouTube next week. But I think that it is a great practice to do every, or it doesn't have to be January. That's just when a lot of people do it. And I think you'll find that as you experiment more with cooking with less animal protein, you'll find that your meals can be just as flavorful. I know we're completely getting off topic, but if y'all would like to hear more about, how you can embrace a plant-based January, I will be more than happy to share, the tips and tricks that have worked for me. I can say this, each year I do it, it gets easier and easier. Which is why I incorporate more of those types of food in my diet on a regular basis. So, that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on the first Coffee with Angel of 2025. And for all of the Coffee with Angels over the last, I think, 4 months. We've been doing this since September. And remember, if you're just hopping on, all of the Coffee with Angels are uploaded on my YouTube channel shortly after we finish. So if this is your first one, you can binge watch the others as well as any of the other vlogs that I have. Hi, Cecile. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, let's see, Berna. Let's see. Are you thinking of including the honey? Yes. Yes, yes. So Berna's talking about the honey soap that I use. It's a handmade soap that I use. And so I'm going to actually, there's no gatekeeping here, y'all. If I know it, you know it. So Berna, I am going to work on doing a vlog to help people make that soap. It's super simple. And it is definitely what I attribute to my skin looking better at 65 than it did at 50. So yes. Hey, Vicky, good morning. Thank you. Hello, Cecile. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to drop my YouTube channel page. It's just my name, not just, but it's my name. But apparently there is another, I can't see this little bitty print. Okay. There is another Angel Cornelius on YouTube, or at least somebody's got my name. So that U is just, is my maiden name. Upshaw. The Upshaws from New Orleans. And some in Mississippi too, I believe. Okay. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I want you guys to have an amazing weekend. Also, thank you for all the birthday wishes last week. It was very overwhelming, but I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for always joining me. And don't forget to check out the other Coffee with Angels as well as the vlogs on silver hair care and all things related to being 50 plus and fabulous. So thank you guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next Friday on Coffee with Angel. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye. I forgot to put the YouTube channel up. Thank you guys. Bye.